What's going on, guys? Zerse here, and this is part 3 of what it means to be a real man and what it means to be a real woman. So the crux of this video, as I asked a lot of my friends, a lot of people I know, what does it mean to be a real man and what does it mean to be a real woman? And I primarily focused on people who are younger as opposed to talking to older people because I wanted to see if more of these millennials or younger people really thought more about what it means to be a man, what it means to be a woman, if they had a concrete idea what it meant to be a man and a woman. And I also wanted to see if there was any consistency in a lot of people's answers, to see if there was anything that a lot of the people I interviewed all thought. Now, of course, it doesn't represent all of society. It is a disgusting small sample size. So just take this as everyone's opinion. Before we get started, though, I want to say, if you've been subscribed to me for a while, I mentioned this one girl in my film class that had really pretty eyes. Well, she is in this video. I'm not going to tell you who she is. I'll let you guys figure that out. The second thing, I had a friend of mine who, at the time I recorded the footage for this, who died recently. His name was Tony. And obviously I was able to get an interview with him, a couple months ago, long before he died. And it's unfortunate to know that he is no longer with us. So I do want to put a special thanks. I am glad I was able to know him for the short period of time I did. He was a really great guy, and it's unfortunate that he is no longer here. So with that being said, I'm going to let all of the clips roll. And after that, we're going to come back, and I'm going to talk about what we saw.
A real man, well, that's a lot of things. I mean, you can't just narrow it down to one thing. But I think number one, to have accountability for your actions. Number one. Okay. You gotta show respect, even when it's not deserved. Because as a man, you have to know when and where, or how to act in certain positions and in certain places. And thirdly, I think lastly, what makes a man is his integrity. Just as a person, not even as a man, a woman can have this integrity.
Okay, so then what are the qualities that make up a real woman?
Oh man, modesty, I feel like, is number one. Modesty is number one, I feel like, just because we live in a different world today where there's a lot of sex involved, and I feel like if she can stand away from that, she stands away, or she stands alone and above all of that. Secondly, a woman would have to have understanding and patience, and I think those are the last two. Understanding, because she's not going to understand a lot of people, especially men, because we think differently. And patience, because if she's going to have a child or a few children, she's going to have patience raising those kids.
That'd be funny.
So that's kind of
what
the
it
question.
means to be a woman.
What it means to be a man, what it means to be a woman. Because really, with any description of one, you can say for the other. You can't just say a man's strong, because a woman can be strong. You can't say women are beautiful and men can't be beautiful. You can have ways and qualities and descriptions, personality traits. Everyone is going to be different, regardless of whether you're male or female. So there's really no difference other than what you personally are.
What are the qualities that make up a real man?
Oh, hell. Let's see. Don't be a douchebag. Honesty, kindness, respect. Funny. I always go, you make me laugh, you're in. Just don't be an ass. I don't know.
That's your final answer?
Don't be an ass.
Okay,
Yes.
so then what are the qualities that make up a real woman?
Oh, hell. Don't be a
Like
bitch. Don't be full of yourself, down to earth, easy to get along with. Don't be a bitch.
I think it depends on the person, on what you consider a real man to be. I guess, and then I think that, yeah, that's repeating the question itself. To me, being a real man is, if you ever become a father, it's taking care of your family. If you don't become a father, it's taking care of your wife if you're married. If you're not married, it's, being a good friend, you know, following your morals, doing what's right, at least what's socially acceptable is right, or, you know, in some extreme cases, what's necessary for your cause or something like that.
Okay, so what does it mean to be a real woman?
I'm not a woman. I don't know what it means to be a woman. I'm not in a position to say what women should be like. But I think the ideal woman, which I guess is really kind of same as what an ideal person in general would do. Just do the right thing, stick to your belief, stay true to your cause, and pursue happiness, freedom, liberty, and whatnot.
So what makes a real man is, I don't know, he's kind. He doesn't just go up to you and be like, hey, you know, you're sexy, let's go back to my place. Like, that's not a real man. Like, that's just a coward. I don't know, just kind of upfront, nice, personable. Just talk to them like a normal person. Like, don't just go up and be a douchebag. That's just me.
Okay, it's alright.
That's all I got for that.
Second question.
Makes a real woman is kind of the same thing as the guy. Don't like put yourself way out there. That kind of contain it. Morals are good. Like don't expect the guy to do everything for you. Actually, be your own person at the same time. And yeah, that's it.
So what does it mean to be a real man?
As standing your ground. Don't let anybody tell you who you are. Be yourself. And as long as you can hold your head up high, you're a man. Same for a woman.
Same for a woman?
Yes.
Being a man, I think men develop their own principle. Meaning when I say that, a man will never steal, and even if he's in a desperate situation, a real man that was in a desperate situation would ask somebody for help instead of helping himself. Also, a man would ask others. A man will help others if they need help. Also, a man trusts his friend and family. Also, when a man says what he's gonna do, he'll actually do it instead of lying about it. And I think to become a man, I think you have to accept help instead of being stubborn about it.
What does it mean to be a real man?
I think being a real man is just taking care of all your responsibilities and being yourself, being true to yourself at all times, and kind of looking out for your best interests more than anything else.
Alright, so what does it mean to be a real woman?
I guess I would say kind of along the same lines, but a little maybe in our generation to be a real woman would be try to be as independent as possible and kind of not provide for yourself, but just kind of look out for yourself and be the best that you can be at whatever you choose to do.
Alright, you gotta speak up a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, so what does it mean to be a real man?
Take care of your responsibilities as best as you can. That's about all I got on that one.
Alright, so what does it mean to be a real woman?
Take care of your responsibilities as best as you can. I don't want to offend any feminists, so I'm not gonna.
Offend them, go ahead.
No, I don't know. I think the better question is, what does it mean to be a real adult? Man versus woman. I don't think that really matters too much. I mean, as long as you're, taking care of yourself and taking care of the things that you need to take care of, and being responsible, then you should be considered a real adult, regardless of whether you're a man or a woman.
Yeah, what's a real man or what's a real woman? I don't think there is a real answer to that. That's very subjective, and who you're talking to, which culture, and each individual is going to have a different answer. I don't think there is one.
So then what's your answer?
I don't have one.
Okay.
There is nothing that inherently says what is man and what is woman, and what makes a real man or a real woman. It's kind of like asking what makes a real tree or a real car. There's just so many different ideas of what that means.
I don't know what to say differently.
No, I
Say
don't,
your opinion.
I don't know. I don't think there is such thing as a real woman or a real man. I mean, I think it's completely different for every individual.
Your opinion.
That's it. I don't know. Want me to do for a man first?
For a man first, some adjectives.
Okay. Honest, respectful, not conceited. Caring, puts others before themselves. Should I do a woman now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Classy. What? Again, same as man, caring, puts others first. Doesn't expect things from men. I think that's a big thing that a lot of women don't do. They think, oh, I'm a woman, so therefore they automatically expect certain things to happen. My opinion is if you want to be treated like a lady, you have to act like a lady. So, yeah.
Alright, so what does it mean to be a real man?
In my opinion, I guess.
What's so funny?
Aside from, what society says about what it means to be a man, I think that being a man is just kind of like, the realization that you have the, really the power to take care of somebody. So if you're in a situation in which you can, or something where you might be obligated to, then you should. Like, fathers, not all fathers are men, but all men, in some ways, are fathers, I think so, because you have to really, really take charge of your life in order to, have any say, or any, like, positive say in the growth of, someone else's, or the development of someone else's. Like, you can't be a man and then, still be a child at heart with a child in your hands.
Alright, so then what does it mean to be a real woman?
A real woman? Well, I mean, society says subservience, but I don't know, it's pretty general, I guess. Women, I can't answer that. I'm not a woman. But if I were to make some kind of like broad generalization, I'd say that being a woman is taking charge of your identity. So it's kind of inherent. I mean, not inherent, but it's kind of like, it ties into what it means to be a man as well. If you don't know yourself, how can you achieve anything? How can you want anything? I don't know.
What does it mean to be a real man?
There's multiple answers for that, I think. I think a man that really truly knows himself and what his goals are for the future and be able to go with it, I think. And if you're talking relationship-wise, just a man that supports his woman and a woman who supports her man.
Yeah, I think definitely to be a man, like, you should be there. Just, like, there for your loved ones, for your, just stuff like that.
Alright, so what does it mean to be a real woman then?
Support her family. I think that if you want to start a family, you have to be able to, like the way I grew up, is just you take care of your family first and then everything else comes second, to be honest. You take care of your kids, you take care of your man. Of course there's boundaries, your man needs to help you as well, but I really just don't like seeing the workaholic woman with a family. I'm like, if you want your career, then you need to take a chill on the family, because you're really into your career. Work on that first and then do the family thing. Also, like, support your guy. I mean, I hate those girls who just talk down to their men and just hitting their man pride really badly. I mean, that's sucky.
I think you should just be a good person.
Yeah, be a good person.
And that's it?
That's good, yeah.
So, what does it mean to be a real man?
Be respectful. I don't know, there's a lot of different qualities.
Name all of them.
There's too many. I can't name all.
Yes, you can. Go ahead.
I don't know, like respectful, considerate, taking on responsibility. I don't know.
Just keep going.
No, that's like what I got.
You got. Just keep going.
I have to go. I got stuff I need to do.
Oh, all right. Well
What
then,
else? What's the
second
other question?
is, what does it mean to be a real woman?
A real woman?
Mm-hmm.
I think you need to have class, I think you need to understand that it can't just all be fun. You need to take on responsibility. Always know that you're representing yourself, and you should do that in a good and respectful way.
So what does it mean to be a real man?
To be a real man, I'd say putting your best foot forward and knowing what it's like to be a leader and taking things into your own hands. Simple as that.
Okay, so what does it mean to be a real woman?
A real woman?
Mm-hmm.
I guess outspoken maybe, kind of do what you want. Don't let the man put you down, you know. Yeah, stuff like that. More? Alright, well, can you repeat the question?
What does it mean to be a real woman?
I'd say not be put down. Don't think that you have to be something you're not. Same goes being a real man and stuff like that.
So what does it mean to be a real man?
To be a real man, you have to be able to see women as your equal, and you have to be there to protect them. But you also can't smother a woman. You have to give her her space. So I just think you have to know how to work with women.
Okay, so what does it mean to be a real woman then?
You gotta be independent. You have to be able to do it on your own. You have to know when to speak out and know when to be submissive. And you just really have to know how to take care of yourself and how to take care of your future family.
Go? Okay. Well, I think to talk about what it means to be a man and what it means to be a woman, you have to think about masculinity and femininity and the traditional aspects of both. Like a lot of people would say, I'm very masculine because of the things that I do, because of the clothes that I wear. But I believe, since I am a woman, my femininity is inherent in me no matter what I do. So, to me, I think what it means to be a man and what it means to be a woman is up to the individual to define that.
What does it mean?
Wait, hold on, pause. Am I looking at the camera or looking at you?
Bro,
is this an interview?
I mean, dude, it's an interview. You can look at the camera, you look at me, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I mean, just answer the question. Alright. So, what does it mean to be a real man?
To be a real man. That is a complex question to be thought about and philosophically studied for a long time. But a real man would be being yourself, being confident in yourself, and not abiding by social expectations of what a man is. Not getting locked into thinking that a man can't cry, a man can't feel emotion, a man has to be tough. I think that's what a real man is, especially in our time today. I think that's definitely would be my answer. Other things about a man. I think a real man should be confident. I don't know, what is it to be a real man? Is it a real... What is it to be a real man? I don't know, that's a really hard question. I don't think there should be a definition of what a real man... I think that's actually the wrong way to define it, because what is a real man? There's no one labeling of what a real man is. A man could be whatever he wants, and I feel like that's what a stronger man is. And I think today the boundaries of what a man is are like starting to get faded between man and woman.
Alright, so then what does it mean to be a real woman?
What's it mean to be a real woman? Open your own doors. I think that's a huge thing, because every lady's always saying, oh, why don't you open the door for me, but then why don't we have equality? And it seems like they're kind of conflicting each other a little. What does it feel, so what is it, is that you? Oh, I was like, is that my chair? What is it to be a real woman? A real woman also needs to be confident. I think a major key in any scenario is being confident, being yourself. Again, not abiding by the boundaries of what people think women are. What it is to be a real woman is going out there and doing exactly what you want, despite if the boundaries of what has been set limit you, despite if your boss is sexist, despite if there's never been a woman CEO, even though there is now. But I think that being a real woman is not living by what our standards are, basically. Living beyond your boundaries, the boundaries that people have set for women. Women are definitely have more room to grow. Then again, I really think that we don't address men. Like, men is just as bad as women. Not just as bad, but are as bad as living to the standards that have been set behind us. But I think women have definitely a bigger shell to break out of to be a real woman. I think the women that we have today aren't real women. I think they're getting better. But housewives aren't. I wouldn't consider that a real woman. I think you should get out there and do what you love and make money also like guys. Maybe make your husband a housewife, or a house husband, I guess. Yeah.
I feel like being a real man is about having something that you believe in and working towards living by those morals every single day.
That's it? Okay, so what does it mean to be a real woman?
I think being a real woman is the same thing, necessarily having some type of morals and beliefs that mean everything to you. Those are the pillars of like your foundation, the very thing that holds you up, and that's just continually the standard that you hold yourself to.
A real man, like not an honorable man, not like a...
Honorable, okay, that's synonymous.
With real?
With real, yeah. I mean, what does it mean to be a man? You know?
I don't know, I'm not a man.
I had a hard time with it too.
Be a man. To take responsibility and create a life that reflects who you feel you are as a person.
Final answer?
Yes.
So then what does it mean to be a real woman?
I mean, the same really. Just create a life that you're proud of, that reflects who you are.
That's a big one. I don't know, I guess taking care of your family, you know, always being there when you're needed, and being reliable. That's a big one. And keeping your word. Yeah, keeping your word. If you're not keeping your word, you know what, man? I don't think so anyway. That's the way my dad raised me. That's it.
Alright, to be a real man, it's a very good question. To me, being a real man is providing for your family. It's always being there if you have kids. Being a father. Taking care of business. Always.
I'm just telling you why.
Try not to worry about other people before you worry about yourself. Because you have to look at yourself every morning when you look in the mirror. So you should always, when you're trying to take care of your family, just think about yourself, protect your family, protect what's yours, and yeah, pretty much it.
So what does it mean to be a real woman?
A real woman? I mean, that's kind of, I don't know, kind of question you ask a woman, but my definition of a real woman is a woman who's independent, a woman who's confident, a woman who doesn't care about what other people think of her if they have a bad opinion of her, a woman who isn't afraid to go out and get something that she wants, a woman that wants to provide for her family and not be a sit-at-home wife, yeah, and a woman that's faithful, pretty much.
So what does it mean to be a real man?
What does it mean to be a real man?
Yes.
Not wearing your pants below your, your waist, having them up, pretty tight, belt on, putting others before yourself, thinking of the whole picture instead of just in the moment, providing, caring, you can cry every now and then, pat you on the back.
Alright, so then what does it mean to be a real woman?
Real woman, to be honest, I think it's independence. Be independent. You don't need a man. You don't need a man. You don't need a man. I don't need a man. just being yourself, not relying on other people, and just having high self-confidence.
So what does it mean to be a real man?
What does it mean to be a real man? That is something that I am on the quest for. Not being raised with a father, just being raised by my mother. So what it means to be a real man to me, based off of how it came up, is to be confident, to be assertive, to be positive, to be realistic. It's to be a real man is it doesn't have a negative connotation. To be a real man is to be the provider, is to be the stone, is to be the rock, the foundation of whatever that man does. You know, a real man that's a politician isn't the same as a real man that's a firefighter. You understand what I'm saying? So to be a real man is, you know, it's really to be the outcome of everything that man has been through. Is to be the positive result, the positive solution of whatever he's been through.
So what does it mean to be a real woman?
To be a real woman. Why do I feel like I know the answer to this? Ladies, don't be mad at me. But to be a real woman is to be a strong woman. A lot of women are too caught up in their emotions, I feel. They make a lot of irrational decisions off of emotions. Not to say men don't, but I feel like women are they do it more frequently. But to be a real woman, I think, is to be stronger than all of that. To be stronger than your menstrual cycle that happens once a month. It's to be the woman that the woman before you fought for. Suffrage, things like that. Women didn't have rights, and now, you know, I see a lot of women that, you know, act as if they could care less if they had them. To be a real woman is to be a female that can stand on her own two legs without needing a man. To be a real woman is to be a woman that's like, well, I might not be this media image of what a beautiful woman is like, but I'm still beautiful. I'm still a queen in myself. To be a real woman is not to be spiteful, is not to be petty, is not to be jealous. To be a real woman is to be what you are, essentially the creator of life, essentially the key part to humanity, to humans keep repopulating the earth. To being the real woman is to be that vessel. Is to be loving, is to be caring, is to be understanding. To be a real woman is to be slow to anger, but quick to good decisions. To be a real woman is that. That's what I think to be a real woman is. Based off my mama. My mama, a great woman. She's great.
Well, after all of that, some trends that I noticed, a lot of the people say about what it meant to be a real man was responsibility. I think that was the #1 trait. I think I heard a lot of people say, you know, being a real man, it's about being responsible. It's about taking care of your family. It's about being there, you know, about being a good father if you have children. You know, that's really what it means to be a real man. A lot of people say that. You know, a real man is a man who takes care of his family. You know, but interestingly enough, a lot of what I heard, you know, about what does it mean to be a real woman is independence. You know, being a real woman is about, you know, not needing a man. You know, and the interesting thing about that is I was like, I mean, how can you marry the two ideas in our society? You know, being a real man is taking care of your family, you know, but being a real woman is being independent, you know, and then a real woman is, she's not going to primarily focus on having a man, or she's not going to let the man, you know, be the man he's supposed to be. You know, so how can you simultaneously have being a real woman is independent, not needing a man, but being a man is taking care of his family and being responsible? You know, the two ideas are kind of counterproductive, or, you know, conflict with each other. Something I just thought was interesting, that we see a lot of this, you know, independent woman status thing going on. You know, another thing about being a real man and being a real woman, I got a couple of answers, you know, where a lot of people are like, you know, being a real man, being a real woman is pretty much what you make of it. being a real man is just what you personally think that it is. And I was like, there's no way it could just be something personal, because if it's that subjective, if being a real man or being a real woman is anything that you make it, then that would mean that it defeats the purpose of having a concrete term such as masculinity and femininity. I mean, if anything you do is masculine, anything you do is feminine, then there is no masculine, there is no feminine. Anything, if a word can mean anything, then it means nothing, So, I don't mean to say that to knock any of the people that I interviewed. Of course, I appreciate every single one of them. It's just, some thinking points, really, just some thoughts to leave you guys with, if you have made it this far into the video. And if you have made it this far into the video, I want to say thank you for being patient with me and being patient with the editing of this video. It took me a long time to get these interviews, and a long time to get around to making this video. Again, thank you so much for making it this far into the video, and I appreciate every single person who watched it, and I appreciate everybody who participated in the video. Thank you so much for everything. And so again, these are all these people's opinions, and I think these concepts of masculinity and femininity really need to be explored a lot more often. And I think this is really what a lot of people in our society need. A lot of young children really need to learn what it means to be a man and what it means to be a woman. And I don't have all the answers, and that is why I make these videos, to have people think and maybe help me and help other people come to the answer. What does it mean to be a real man? What does it mean to be a real woman? What does it mean to have these concrete concepts? Or are they concrete? Are they, or can they be fluid? I don't know. And that's the point of thinking about this philosophically. So if anything you got, hopefully anyone who watched this video got something out of it. Hopefully just something to think about. And that's the most important thing, that you think about the subject matter at hand. Again, thank you so much for making it this far into the video. But it is a wrap. I am finally done with this video series. And we're moving on to a different video series, which I'm sure a lot of young men and women will benefit from if they watch it. So again, thank you for stopping by. And as always, if you liked today's video, please go ahead and click that like button. Go ahead and click that subscribe button. Comment in the comment box below. And as always, have a great day. I will see you cool cats soon. Adios.